Poland announced last week that it would only carry out previously agreed upon armament sales to Ukraine and that it would prioritize restocking its own arsenal. In a Friday interview in Copenhagen, Mr. Stoltenberg stated, "I'm expecting and confident that Ukraine and Poland will find a way to address those issues without having a negative impact on the military support to Ukraine." The declaration came as tensions between the two neighbors reached their highest point following comments made by Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, who claimed that some nations were feigning solidarity by indirectly supporting Russia by imposing a restriction on grain imports. To direct mercenary fighting troops in Ukraine, President Vladimir Putin hired a longtime aide of the late Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of Wagner. The Russian president met Andrei Trushev, also known as Sedoy or Grey Hair, and Yunusbek Yevkarov, the deputy defense minister, on Thursday night, according to a statement from the Kremlin. According to reports, Mr. Putin told Mr. Trushev, "We talked about you overseeing the formation of volunteer units that can carry out various tasks, foremost, of course, in the zone of the special military operation." Russia refers to its invasion of Ukraine as its special military operation. The president remarked, "You yourself have been fighting in such a unit for more than a year. You are aware of what it entails, how it is carried out, and the problems that must be dealt with beforehand in order for combat operations to be carried out as effectively and successfully as possible." Ukraine's football organization has written to UEFA members requesting that they abstain from watching games involving Russian youth teams. This week, UEFA confirmed that Russia would be reinstated at the under-17 level. The decision follows a ban on all Russian teams by the body that oversees European football following Moscow's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The FA of England was one among the national organizations that had declared they would not permit their teams to play Russia despite UEFA's ruling. The Ukrainian Football Federation has since pushed all of its members to follow suit. In the southern Zaporizhia region, Ukrainian troops last week broke through tough Russian defenses of concrete dragons' teeth and mines. Kyiv is eager to emphasize the significance of the advances. According to some Ukrainian officials, the gradual but significant advancements achieved in the southern regions around Robotyne and Verbov are significant steps toward the ultimate objective of the crucial road and rail link from Russia to Crimea, along the Azov coast. However, The Independent has spoken with military sources, including a senior official involved in combat plans as well as officers and soldiers serving on the front lines, and some of them paint a less positive picture. While acknowledging that the counteroffensive is succeeding, they also mentioned the significant losses suffered by the Ukrainians and the fact that the victories near Robotyne and Verbov did not drive a significant wedge into the Russian forces, who are manning a triple tier of powerful defenses. However, there is a growing amount of discussion, primarily in private, within Ukraine's military that suggests Kyiv's most recent stunning attacks on targets in Russian-occupied Crimea may be the beginning of a daring operation to retake the peninsula, Krushelniki, Askold. The struggle to recover Crimea will begin when you witness the Kerch Bridge being completely crippled, the Ukrainian major informs Askold Krushelniki in Kyiv. The defense secretary has announced plans for the UK to provide naval support in the Black Sea and on-the-ground training in Ukraine, sending British troops there for the first time. According to Grant Shapps, who spoke to The Telegraph, "I was talking today about eventually bringing the training closer and even into Ukraine. I believe the chance now is to bring more items in country, particularly in the west of the country. This includes more than just training. For instance, BAE, the UK defense contractor, is moving into manufacturing locally. I'd want to see other British businesses follow suit in order to contribute their fair share. Therefore, I predict that efforts will be made to increase output and training across the nation." He also mentioned the potential for assistance from the British fleet in the Black Sea. "We've seen developments over the past month or so, really the first since 2014 in the Black Sea, in Crimea, and Britain is a naval nation, so we can help and we can advise, especially since the water is international water. It's crucial that we prevent a circumstance from establishing implicitly that foreign shipping isn't permitted in that body of water. So I believe there are many areas where Britain can offer advice." This week, I did talk about it with President Zelenskyy and many others.